The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the producers and/or the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of FRC Media, Bristol Community College, or the City of Fall River.
Thank you for joining us today. I'm Keith Tebow. This week, the Massachusetts Board of Higher Education officially approved the appointment of Dr. Sedgwick Harris to be Bristol Community College's 5th president. We're pleased to be joined today by Dr. Harris. Dr. Harris, congratulations. Let me formally welcome you to Bristol and Fall River, even though you're not here at this time. I appreciate it. Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much, Keith. I appreciate the opportunity to share information about myself as I get a chance to learn about Fall River and Bristol Community College and the wealth of communities that encompass the campus service area.
Yeah. So let me ask you right off the bat, for people who do not know you, tell us a little bit about Sedgwick Harris.
Well, I am a proud community college graduate. I like to lead with that because I've had the opportunities to go and work other places, but I've always chose to work at community colleges. I shared a little bit during my interview process, so I'll start there. I hail from a small town, Albion, Michigan. So I'm a Michigander by birth and raised there. Started my career at Southwestern Michigan Community College after graduating from high school, and then went on to continue my education out in Oklahoma at Northwestern Oklahoma State University. Got a master's degree from Western Michigan University and a doctoral degree from Ferris State University. But I contribute a lot of my success from starting at Southwestern Michigan Community College. It was the first opportunity, and I was the first in my family to go beyond high school and start to do the outreach into post-secondary education and higher education. So it was really important for my family to see this success. And my mom was on yesterday, my father was there, my wife, my daughter. So this is a very important process that I wanted to share with them because they have been a solid foundation for me. My mother-in-law was online as well. So that gives you a little bit about me. I enjoy being outdoors. If you think about the things outside of the work world, I continue to enjoy doing a lot of things with people and enjoying outdoor activities. So that gives you a little bit about me. And I'm sure there'll be a lot more that I'll learn about Bristol Community College and the Community College District, as well as the communities that we serve.
During the process of your application for president, what did you know of Bristol, maybe its reputation, and what led you, I guess, to apply for the job?
Yeah, what I learned about Bristol when the information came up was that it was an institution that had a tradition of working with communities. I've been very blessed to work at 4 other, including Northampton now, 4 other community colleges. And what Bristol had in itself was a tradition of servicing its community. And I think that's really important for a community college. When you have that community piece in it, in your name, it's really important that you spend time working with your community. What has been done in all of the areas from Taunton to Edinburgh to New Bedford, as well as the online services that are offered, I really saw Bristol as an institution that I wanted to be a part of because of its tradition, its mission of providing access, being innovative. When you think of a program like NOWI, the oncoming program of having an associate's degree in artificial intelligence, they were really moving in a direction that I saw appropriate for community college, and being that workforce development engine for the United States is what community colleges, the American community college, has done. And I think Bristol was leading that charge, and I wanted to be a part of it.
What's your timeline in terms of actually starting here at Bristol? Do you know yet? And what are going to be your first steps when you get here?
Yeah. Getting there is a challenge right now. I have a lot of things to close out here at Northampton Community College. One of the big programs that runs through my office is commencement. We have 2 commencement ceremonies, one in January, which is actually at the end of this month, and then one in May. And actually, we have 2 in May here. So that's going to be a priority right now, of getting all the things closed out here, and then working with the president's office on how to transition new people into the role that I serve as the government relations person, which those things are very important, and then some other programming pieces here on campus. My target date is early March. I plan to be there. Unfortunately, my wife will not be able to transition immediately as our son is still in college, in his first year in college. And so we've got to make sure we support him and get those things taken care of, along with other financial pieces we have to take care of. But my goal is to be there in March, early March, and start the reins. And I'll be meeting with Steve and the rest of the team on a regular basis.
And what do you hope to first accomplish? Obviously, I've been fortunate enough to be here during the time of three presidents at
Okay.
Bristol. You'll be the third.
Okay.
In terms of just integrating and meeting with people, is that going to be the first charge? Meeting with people, see their needs, and then build a program from there.
Absolutely, absolutely. My first time meeting with people is going to be really significant. My first time on campus as the president is going to be important for me to take time to listen and hear what our constituents are going through, what their needs are. It's going to be really important for us. And I do say us because that's going to be important. It's just not going to be Sedgwick. It's going to be the entire Bristol Community College family. Figuring out what are the most important and impactful needs that the college can provide to our community members. And so it's going to be a lot of listening. I'm not coming in with a blueprint. I'm not coming in with a blueprint from another institution to lay it over the top of Bristol Community College, because Bristol has its own challenges, but it also has its own sparks. It has its own talents. And so we have to customize this to make sure that we meet the needs of our community and our institution.
A lot has been made in recent years, and I don't know if you've seen it at Northampton, is a decline in enrollment. Bristol has seen a sharp decline over the past 10 years. The past couple of years have been helped out with the free community college programs here in the Commonwealth.
Yeah.
Mass Reconnect for those 25 and older, and then this past year, Mass Educate, which pretty much covers everyone here in Massachusetts to get an education. In your role currently, and in your previous roles, you've worked a lot in the enrollment area.
Yes.
What have you learned from there? What has been successful there? And how can you help transform that here at Bristol in terms of improving enrollment?
Yeah, that's a good question, Keith. Yeah, my time in the enrollment management or strategic enrollment management is pretty detailed with what I've done over the past 28 years. In my current role, I have moved beyond and moved out of the student affairs enrollment management piece, but still had a very strong hold on and strong involvement with enrollment management here at the college. It actually, the area reports into the president's office, and he strategically did that as he moved me out of student affairs into his office to be able to continue to move us forward. What I would tell you with what the Commonwealth of Massachusetts has done with Mass Reconnect, excuse me, and Mass Educate is they've removed a barrier for most of our student population. That opportunity to not have to worry about the financial means for college is huge, is actually immense when it comes to the population that we serve. So by doing so, we now have to bring to the forefront our ability to, one, provide the educational resources and services to these students, because they're still going to come with challenges. They're still going to have those issues that may be childcare, maybe transportation. So we've got to find ways to make sure that we help support that student getting to the campuses, or finding the resources to help the student with albeit childcare, or if they're hungry. Those types of things we still need to provide, because a student can't be successful. Although the financial piece is out of the way, they still can't be successful if they don't know where their next meal is coming from, if they don't have childcare. Those things are going to be important. And so we're going to continue to move forward in working on those things. From a strategic management process, we also have to look at how we service our customers. And I know a lot of people don't like to use the word customer when we're talking about our students, but when you think about it in a business format. They are customers, and we want to service them. We want those customers to continue to come back. We want those customers to be happy so they can tell the next generation how positive their experience was at Bristol Community College. So we need to look at those things that we're doing well and continue to improve them. And then we need to look at the things that we're not doing so well, and when we have areas of improvement, and shore up those things as well. So I think we're going to move in a positive direction. The team there has been really accepting of some of the things I've thrown out already, and I'm looking forward to working with all areas, including academic affairs, facilities, as well as student affairs and enrollment management.
Getting back to the community college student, the makeup, the demographics of a community college student is different in many ways from those that go into a four-year school. How much of the job of a community college, in your view, is building that relationship, I guess, a little more tightly or different ways than you would see in a four-year institution, in terms of making that connection and making sure that they're informed? And I know you mentioned yesterday during your meeting with the Board of Higher Education, creating those pathways, right?
Yeah.
Getting students in here.
Yeah, I think it's really important that we look at the entire population that we serve. I think one of the big things is the big differences and glaring differences between the four-year institutions as well as community colleges. We service our community, and so in a community, they come to us. I said yesterday, and it's always been my philosophy, is that I enjoy working at community colleges because the students choose us. At the four-year colleges, they have an admissions process and a selection process, so they choose the student. They choose that population. We are all for one and one for all. And I think by servicing those populations, we continue to build strong communities. And that's what community colleges are all about in the essence of what we provide. We provide education to all who want to profit from that. And I don't mean financially profit. I mean profit in skill building, creating a strong workforce, lifelong learning. We want to create environments where people want to come and learn about things. The more we provide opportunity and access for people to learn, whether it be academic based or it may be recreational based, we continue to have a community that learns, and creating an environment within our service area of a learning community. We will continue to have a strong and vibrant communities. And that's what community colleges are about. We should provide those services. I don't want, as president, I don't want people to go elsewhere to look for training. When they think about training their staff, they're thinking about how can we improve our staff. I want them to think of Bristol Community College first. And I think that's one of the great things about community college. We have the flexibility to be able to do those types of things. And every stop that I've made throughout my career, those institutions have been able to service the community, and we'll do that at Bristol.
And how important is it? And I don't know what the situation was in the other institutions, or Northampton, or where you've worked in the past, where there's actually, 3 other physical locations in Bristol County,
Right.
in the northern part in Taunton,
Right.
and Attleboro, and then, a little east of us in New Bedford. That is part of the college's mission as well.
Right.
Go
Right.
where the students are.
Right.
And how do you see that as a plus?
Oh, Keith, in my history, I've not had a college. Well, let me reverse that. I've only had one institution that had one location. So when I worked at Kellogg, we had 4 different locations.
Okay.
When I worked at Kaskaskia College in Southern Illinois, we had 6 different locations. So the philosophy of taking education where they are, being able to be accessible, is something I've done for several years throughout my career. I think out of the 28 years, there's only been 4 years where I worked at one institution that only had one location other than their online campus. And so I look forward to that. I think each community has a uniqueness about themselves. All these communities are not the same. They bring their own background, tradition, and culture. And so we've got to figure out what are the needs of those individual communities, but know that it is one institution bringing that to them. It's still, Bristol Community College in Attleboro. It's Bristol Community College in Taunton. So we want to make sure we do those types of things to make sure people understand that we're going to be customizing for them and making sure that those are the things that are most needed for those communities.
As we wrap up, I want to find a little bit more about your interest. I know that you're a sports fan.
I am.
Are you a Michigan sports fan? Detroit teams professionally? Or?
Yeah, well, I do like Detroit teams. I probably follow most closely the Tigers. So I know that's gonna hurt all the Boston fans. But I'm a diehard Tigers fan. I do follow the Pistons, the Red Wings, and the Lions. And the Lions are having an excellent year over the last 2 years. But I am a diehard Tigers fan. All the places we've traveled, I've kind of been in National League territory. So this is the first time I'm going somewhere where I have to defend it. But it also is the first time I'm going somewhere where I'm not, quote unquote, in Big Ten country. I am a Michigan State Spartan fan, diehard. And I feel like the one great thing about Bristol amongst all the others is they actually share the same colors as Michigan State. So I'll be okay wearing my green there.
That is a good point. And, yeah, college sports in New England is not as well followed as in other parts of the country. And I also know that found out that you're a basketball referee.
I am.
When you attend Bayhawk basketball games, how difficult will it be not to sort of interject when a call may not go Bristol's way?
I'll let the coaching staff take care of that piece. But I'll definitely be a critic. I'll try to watch the game more than the officials. But yeah, that is something I've done for several years, and actually had a game last night before getting to bed yesterday evening. But it is something I've done for several years, and it's kept me engaged with my community. It's kind of my give back to the community. Would love to continue that, but as the president at Bristol Community College, I won't have time for that, but definitely will be at Bayhawk sporting events.
All right, Dr. Sedgwick Harris, I do appreciate your time and learning more about you, and I'm sure we'll be able to continue this conversation as the weeks, days, months, and years progress. I really do appreciate your time. All the best. We'll see you soon.
Thank you very much, and see you soon.
All right, and thank you for joining us here in FRC Media. Have a great day.